We always have access by faith to the grace of God, but we're also to take glory in tribulations, for knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. Now, this is one of those weeks where it started off great, and all of a sudden the weight of the world began to kind of fall on my head, where I just started doubting myself in certain areas and started wondering and questioning and wondering, why do I have to keep going through certain things? And I hate even admitting that, but I think we all go through seasons, and sometimes it seems like those seasons are recurring, as if we're on the East Coast, and it's like constantly one season to the next. But that is kind of what the walk of faith is, because we all want to be comfortable in this world, and the God of this world offers us comfort, and the longer people stay in an area of comfort, the easier it is for compromise to come in. You know, I got home from a men's group today, and part of me didn't want to go to the men's group, but you get there, and then you're built up, you hear the word, you're around other brothers who are all going through something. And then you come together in small group afterwards, you marinate on the word, you pray. The best thing for me is the conversation, especially when people start opening up. That is just edifying. Being reminded that we are all going through something, and that our trials and tribulations are, first of all, nothing new, nothing out of the ordinary, but that we're not alone. But it's so easy to want to isolate or stay in a bubble or even separate. And the Bible tells us that many will fall away from the faith during the toughest times, but we're to take glory in those times because we're saved by faith through grace. Living a life of faith is not about having faith in yourself to be strong enough in all of your weakest moments to overcome. It's having faith in the finished work of Christ on the cross, so that even when you fall short of his standard, you don't stay there, but you get yourself up, you pat yourself off, you wipe the dirt off your back and your feet, and you keep moving towards Christ. You don't allow the shame and condemnation and the ways of the world to keep you trapped into certain actions that don't glorify God, that do desecrate the body, mind, and spirit, and keep you in a spirit of depression in this world. It's so easy to fall into a place of complacency, either in good times or bad times. In good times, it's easy to compromise and forget that you were saved by grace through faith and that you need to honor him in your actions during times of prosperity. But then when you're going through tough times, it's really easy to want to go into a shell and get into somewhere that's comfortable. I know I'm tired of going through seasons of uncertainty and doubting myself and my ability to get through things. But every time I get to that point, I realize it was never about me, and he has always brought me through. And then you end up coming out stronger, and then you wonder, why did I ever doubt and question in the first place? But that's why we are to take joy. James 1:2, blessed is a man who perseveres under trial, for once he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him. When you love him, you understand that what he went through, we're going to have to go through. Not that we can't have good times to enjoy, especially when we're surrounded by those that we love and part of the church, but there will be temptations, we will be drawn away, but we're to put our faith in him, and that means more likely than not, we're going to have difficult times to deal with, times that aren't prosperous, times where doubt does seep into the mind, but always keeping the faith, not allowing moments of weakness or moments of depression, moments of temptation. You know, we're to take every thought captive, but just because we have a thought does not mean that we're outside the grace of God, because it's not about our thoughts. It's not even always about our actions. It's about our heart position in submission to God through Jesus with a repentant heart. And that happens daily. The Lord's daily prayer. Give us each day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Between our thoughts and actions and everything daily, I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't sin at some point. You know, either in thought or deed. It's so easy to, but we take those thoughts captive and we redirect them to Christ. And yeah, what would Jesus do? we try to live by that. But the biggest thing is to finish the race and let endurance have its perfect result so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. That's James 1:4. The biggest thing is do not grow weary of doing good. Tough times are ahead for those that believe and truly are focused on Christ and sharing his word with people. That is liberating when the truth is coupled with love and grace. You cannot succumb to the ways of the world. A life lived loving Christ is a life in obedience to his word. And that means turning away from the world, dying to the things that we want that keep us from following him perfectly. So I pray this finds you well. I pray you find courage and strength in what Christ did on the cross to carry you through the tough times and find glory in those moments as a way to glorify him, so people that may see your suffering as a means to provide hope, the hope of heaven. Something this world needs. God bless you. See you tomorrow.